Hello, welcome to my channel Codewall Academy. In this video, today we know about exception handling in Java. Okay, so first we know about what is an exception. An execution is an event that occurs during the execution of a program that disrupts the normal flow of instruction. Okay, basically, in terms of Java, so exceptions are mainly used for indicating different types of error conditions, helpful in separating the execution code from the error handler. Okay, so exceptions and errors. Exceptions are situations within the control of an application that it should try to handle. Errors indicate serious problems and abnormal condition that most applications should not try to handle. Okay, so next is errors. When a dynamic linking failure or sometimes or some others hand failure in the virtual machine occurs, the virtual machine throw an error. Okay, in this case, errors can be occurs when dynamic linking failures or some others hard failure means in hardware failures in a virtual machine occurs, the virtual machines throw an error. Okay, typically Java programs should not catch errors. In addition, it is unlikely that the typical Java programs will ever throw errors either. Okay, in terms of class format error, this is thrown when the Java virtual machine attempt to read a class file and determines that the file is malformed or otherwise cannot be interpreted as a class file. Got it? Now, exception. The exception handler can attempt to recover from the errors, or if it determines that the errors is unrecoverable, provides a gentle exit from the program. Okay. Three statements play a part in handling. Okay. That handling exception. In terms of handling exception, three statements which play important roles. They are important play a part in handling exception. That is a try, catch, finally. Okay. So Java enforce exception to be handled by the programmer, resulting in compile errors. Now we see about class hierarchy for handling exception. That is java.lang. Next one is object. After object throwable, and the throwable is also classified in two parts, that is in errors and exception. Exception is also categorized in two parts, that is the runtime exceptions and other exceptions. In terms of exception handling mechanism, during the execution of a program, when an exception condition arises, an object of the respective exception class is created and thrown in the method which caused the exception. That method may choose to catch the exception and then can guard against premature exit or may have a block of code execute. Okay, the Java exception is managed via five keywords, that is a try, catch, throw, throws, and finally. Okay, that five keywords mostly used in exception handling in Java. Here I have shared one example on of exception. Like here I have created a class name is exception. Inside the class main methods, and here int d equal to 0 and int a is 32 divided by d. This will give some errors. Okay, so let's see practically. So for practical work we have to open notepad, open file, and let's check that programs. So we have to declare one class name is exception. Okay, inside a class we have to create a method public static void main. Okay, pass string arguments. Okay, then int a, int d equal to 0 and int a equal to 32 divided by d. Then we have simply copied this class name and save it. Save as, select a drive. Inside a drive we have to select a folder where we save this file name. Okay, so here we save a file name with a java dot extensions. Now after saving this, we have to open a command prompt cmd, and in cmd move to that directory where we have saved the file. So add, here we compile program file. Okay, so simply we compile and find out what's happened. Okay, this compiled successfully. Now we run this program. It's through an error. Here you can see exception in thread main java.lang arithmetic exception divide by 0 at exception main exception. This type of exception we got if divided by this digit by 0. Okay, so here is the term of exception. I hope you cleared for you. Next example we solve, that is where we use like a try catch. Okay, so for this we create again class. Here we create a accept class. Okay, and inside accept class we declare a method public static void main. Okay, void main string arguments, and inside a string argument we use a try block. In try block we put a digit like 0. Okay, a variables initialize value 0. Okay, int b, in b we do same operations like 32 by a. That time we use a variables. Okay, so now we close the try block and use catch block. Catch, अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा, in this term we catch exception. Okay, तो exception a. Okay, here we did message, some print some message system.out.println. Okay, println is a message we have print here, like message is generic exception catch. Okay, this type of message we want to print here. Okay, so now after that we have to close this block also, and now we have to create one more catch block. Catch, in catch we pass a arithmetic exception. Okay, we pass arithmetic exception, and in this block we see give one message here also system.out.println. Okay, println, and here we give message like this is never reached. It means this block never reached. Okay, in such message we put here, and after that we have to do one more thing, that we close all the braces. Okay, so after that we copy this class name and follow the same step. Save as, select your drive, inside the drive select your folder, and in the folder paste the file name and use Java extension. Save it, open the command prompt, and here we simply compile that file. Okay, so after compiling this we have got an exception. Okay, here we check which type of exception we got here. So here exception is incompatible types. Okay, मतलब exception cannot be converted to throwable catch exception e. Okay, it means this catch is never reached because arithmetic exceptions is a subclass of exceptions. Okay, so that's the reason we got a compile error. So Now we have to do one more things, that is run one code. Okay, now in a try block we remove this one, and here we put some message like a system dot out dot print ln. Okay, print ln, and we put a message like try block. Okay, this is a try block, and in the try block we use catch also. So in catch we also give some message. Here we give a message like exception. Okay, exception, and here also following same exception, and here we change message. Here we print, copy this one and print here, paste here and print it. Okay, now we have to do only save it and compile it. So just compile it, and it's incompatible types exception cannot be converted into throwable exceptions. Okay, so let's check what's the problem. So here we have to do catch error. Okay, so we did do try block catch exception. Okay, to catch exception we have to use catch exception. In the catch exception body try to put a message, and after that we use here arithmetic exceptions if, and in this way. Okay, so that's all. So in this way we use an exception and find out where exception in my code. And if you have any doubts and query, you can share in comment. I will definitely try to solve that your queries and questions. And thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. See you in next video.